So, we have something changing signs. Yes, Mercury is direct, but Mars, the planet of ego-oriented expression, is leaving the sign of Libra and going into the sign of Scorpio. And Mars is where we project our ego out into the world. So I thought, and we have about 6 weeks worth of, real fired up about something, and then we go, yeah, okay, on to the next thing. So, Mars changing signs, I thought I would go through the 12 signs and say where that was going to be. For Virgos, it's in their third house of day-to-day living. So, the pace of their day-to-day living picks up. They are going to cram more things into their daily living than they've had in the last year, so they need to accommodate that. And the one thing Virgo's got to learn is you can't speed, because speeding tickets cost a ton of money, and they're haste to get to everything. Oof. For Libras, I don't even know how to tell them that, but they're fixing to spend a ton of money. Mars is in the, yeah, I knew. I didn't even want to turn around and look at her when I said that. It's like Nikki goes, I got 2 nickels left. You want me to spend them both? Yeah, Mars in your second house means 2 things. It means unanticipated expenses, but it also means projecting your ego out and trying to make money through that as well. So that's a pretty good thing. For Scorpio, Mars is in their first house. They are the Robert Conrads of the zodiac. They are the knock this off my shoulder kind of guys. When Mars is in your sign, you get fired up and it becomes all about you and getting what it is that you want and what you need. And so Scorpios are pretty fired up about that. Tough times for Sagittarius. Oh. I know, Sag is poor. You guys have been doing so well. None of us want to hear about it. For Sagittarians, it's in their 12th house. They have an unpleasant task ahead of them. And they can either do it now or they can do it in 6 weeks, but within the next 6 weeks or so, they're going to have to cut something that is a structure that has outlived its usefulness in their life out of their lives, and they just need to go ahead and do it. To me, it's sort of like ripping a Band-Aid off a hairy part of your body. Do it all at once, get a whole lot of pain, or rip it off one hair at a time. Entirely up to you. But it will be done within the next 6 weeks. For Capricorns, they are going to reach a long-standing hope, wish, goal, or objective, and it's going to require a team effort to do it, but it's also going to require the help of their well-placed, powerful female allies and friends to make that happen. For Aquarians, they are going to be in the professional crosshairs one way or the other. Aquarians got a whole lot of power over the last year or so, and they've always said, well, if I was in charge, I'd do this, this, or this, and it's time for Aquarians to put their money where their professional mouth is, and they can expect to be called on the carpet. And to Aquarians, I say, don't make any more enemies than you need to. For Pisces, Mars is in their 9th house of the law, of educational matters, of important matters at a distance, and it requires action on the part of the Pisces. They've been talking about making a new start since February, so well, now it's time for them to act on that, and everything, all of the obstacles that were in their way are out of their way. For Aries, they also are spending a ton of money, but they are doing that to rehabilitate a resource rather than fixing something that broke. This is a conscious choice on their part. And other people's resources flow their way, so they need to take advantage of that. For Tauruses, Mars is in their 7th house of partners, so if you're married to a Taurus, like somebody in the room is, they're likely to be a little testy. They're likely to be, they're gonna...
Well, she's wound up on all these Christmas wish fundraisers we're doing, so...
Yeah, wound up is exactly the right word. So they are fired up, and it's not about them. It's about other things that they are trying to do, so you have to be really careful not to set them off. For Geminis, it is in their 6th house of work. Geminis are likely to wear 2 hats at work for the next 6 weeks or so, and they are going to be as busy as they can be. And Geminis have to be careful not to burn the candle at both ends, because when you do that, you run out of candle really quick. Yeah. And it will impact their health. For Cancers, they want to have fun. Mars is in their 5th house. They want to be sensuous. They want to be able to feel things again. They're receptive to love. They're receptive to creativity. It's a very cool time over the next 6 weeks for Cancers. And for Leos, the last sign, it's in their 4th house of home. They have things they need to do at home. They need to remodel. They need to refurbish. Be careful when you're knocking down walls. Make sure you don't knock down any load-bearing walls.
Not any walls. I just put up some extra ones, though.
Okay, well, that's good, because that's what you're trying to do, is refurbish your home to make it a safer place, a better place for you to operate out of. So that's tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac. It's all pretty good the way I look at it.
Ah, very good. Well, thank you, my dear, for all the good news.
Always a pleasure. Good to give good news.
Yeah, and we recorded this, too, by the way. If you missed anything, it'll be up on our website, myq105.com, the video of Janet, in just a little bit. Maybe about, what, 30 minutes, Andrew?
Yes.
Yeah, about 30 minutes, and we'll have that done. But